This podcast contains strong language, sexual themes, and explicit content. The following opinions are meant as comedy, dark, horrible comedy, and are intended for a mature audience. If you are easily offended, listening to this podcast could cause anger, spasms, herpes, stroke, an uncontrollable sense of self-righteousness, and angry grammar-fucked emails. Welcome to SchlockTalk.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Estrogen levels peaking. It's like she's in heat.
When are you gonna grow up? Chicks love cars. If you want to get into their pants, you better have a nice car.
She's my hot rod. Besides, I love my Mustang, which is a plug-in hybrid. It gets 100 mpg.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the SchlockTalk podcast, probing the unwashed hairy rectum of cinema since 2013. No? You guys don't like that one?
It's been unwashed since 2013, now a little bit longer. Seriously, we are like burrowing our way, tunneling through the impacted feces that is called cinema.
I just said unwashed, not
The dark side of
unevacuated.
cinema.
Alright, so get to tonight's movie. It's 2000's Vulgar. I'm looking at Paul, he's like, don't look at me.
It was in 2000?
It was 2000.
Don't talk to me about this movie.
Yeah, this movie, Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
We'll
So,
get through this together, guys.
I'll get to the official intro.
Let's hold hands.
So about 300 years ago, toothbrushing began to be considered important for dental health in Europe. One would have to...
SchlockTalk educational hour.
The more you know, kids. That one's on us.
Apparently, Alan did not see this intro coming. One would have to assume... I'll give you a second, Alan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. One would have to assume that as entrepreneurs caught on to the trend, that there was an inevitable backlash by dental hygiene-related Luddites who assumed encouraging people to take better care of their teeth.
You fucking spokesman for Crest? Or
We'll get there. This will all make sense
I
in a
don't remember
second.
this scene.
This movie was so bad, he has to go into this long-winded ass intro.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going, but it feels appropriate.
Okay.
We're gonna get to flossing soon?
Oh shit. I've completely lost my place.
Hygiene, Europe. Come on.
Yeah.
If there was a point, none of us know it, so you find it yourself.
Oh, it does make sense. I promise.
I don't believe you.
Who assumed encouraging people to take better care of their teeth was part of some vast industrialist conspiracy to control the masses and to get them to spend their hard-earned shekels on another in a long line of useless and pointless products. Of course, today we know that proper care of one's teeth is a crucial part of our overall health, except here in Portland, where we voted not to have fluoride in the water, making us, I believe, the only industrialized city in the nation that doesn't have it in our water.
Woohoo for superstition.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know where this tangent comes from, but
We'll get there.
where the fuck are we going with this?
But all that aside, I think it might be time to introduce a new personal hygiene product that in a very short time could be considered indispensable. SchlockTalk shareholders, I give you the eyeball brush.
Very necessary.
Wow, how does that work?
Tell us more.
Give us a demonstration.
Now, people are not going to believe that they need this new product. Some will even insist that it is superfluous and unnecessary. They will say, we've gotten this far without it. Why do we need this product now? Well, I propose we give the people a reason to buy an eyeball brush. I've already procured the rights to one of the most foul and disgusting pieces of degenerate cinematic filth known to man, 2000's Vulgar. We will be releasing this film into 3,000 theaters in the coming weeks. And after people accidentally stumble into the showings, they will have no choice and will make their way to the nearest OcuScrub vending machine, conveniently located right next to the snack counter in all major cineplexes. We will make a killing.
I guess the option to amputate your freaking eyeballs is the worst case scenario.
There is not enough steel wool in the world to scour this cinematic holocaust from your eyes. So far, we have watched multiple rapes, murders, excessive amounts of gore, and a horse scene. But none of those scenes can prepare viewers, not even those as seasoned and jaded as us. None of those things provide the needed spiritual irritation to build up a soul callus thick enough to bear being able to spend 90 minutes staring at Brian O'Halloran's vacant, gaping mug in this shit stain of a movie.
I don't think that's the only thing of him that's gaping in this movie.
So callous. That is epic.
Yeah.
So, not to beat a dead horse, but there were 2 warning signs
Beat a
even
horse.
before the movie started. First of all, there's no previews on the DVD. I don't know if you guys watched this on the actual DVD. There's no previews. Nobody else wanted to have their name anywhere near this. And then once I saw the View Askew production credit, I realized that Kevin Smith's fat little fingers were going to be all over this piece of shit.
Hey, come on. He's right up there with James Cameron.
Garnished with his freaking rape hot dog fingers, right?
And I just want to say, you realize almost instantly that even under layers of horrifying clown makeup, Brian O'Halloran from Clerks still cannot hide the fact that he cannot act his way out of a wet paper bag.
What about a wet plastic bag?
What about a wet diaper?
Tied around his fucking neck, over his head.
Only he was hung like a horse thief.
The movie starts with Brian O'Halloran, who plays a clown in this movie called Flappy, running out of his house and finds a fat guy sleeping in the back seat of his car.
That happens to me all the time.
I call it Tuesday.
And then the guy keeps telling him F you, not fuck you, F you, like over and over and over again. It's the only iota of restraint exhibited by anybody in this entire movie.
Did they think
Hey, he may be a hobo and poor in cash, but he's rich in morals.
So Flappy goes to a child's party. We find out that he's a party clown for kids. And when he arrives, the police are breaking up a domestic violence incident because that's so funny.
And kids love clowns.
Yes.
It's a great way to set the tone.
Yes. And in front of kids, that's even funnier. I think that they were actually going for humor in this scene. Did you guys think that they were doing that?
I don't know if the humor ever entered this movie.
It was hard.
It was way.
I mean, were they still trying to make me feel bad for Flappy because he fucked his gig? Like, that inevitable domestic shitstorm just fucking deprived him of, like, you know, doing
$20.
his job?
Yeah.
Or, you know, is it just like, whoa, hey, shit just got real, man. It's time to set clowniness aside.
No clowning around.
So he decides not to take this poor lady's money. No clowning around. So he gets back in his car and he's listening to fucking ska music because of course he is.
Do you remember that he did that little free performance real quick for the kids?
Oh yeah.
His ability was able to orgasm in front of the kids. He was like,
So should we call him Fappy instead of Flappy?
Yeah.
I said
I don't
floppy.
think those balloon animals were filled with air.
Filled with farts.
The milk tastes funny coming out of the balloon.
I don't know, guys. If you had a clown that could inflate the animal balloons with his farts, would you hire him for your party? Everyone in this
He'd
room
be here
better
right
say
now.
fucking
He'd be a part of
yes.
this podcast.
Yes, every fucking party from now until ever.
So after he gets cock blocked at the kids' party.
Oh, God. How many times have you heard that sentence, guys?
Was it technically a cock
One.
block?
Right now, one.
He meets up with his buddy Sid, who is our writer, director, and ostensible star alongside Brian O'Halloran with this movie.
Star.
Yeah. So he's doing his best to triple penetrate us with his
Trident dick.
writer, director, star.
I remember this guy is way too angry
Yeah.
for this conversation. He's like, did that bitch pay? Oh, I would have beat her ass, motherfucker. Like, he's so angry
Yeah.
that she didn't pay him.
And then he's so sensitive later on.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I mean, he offers her a job doing something, I don't know, pumping gas or whatever. He's like, I don't want a crappy job. Like this clown is saying, I don't want a crappy job.
Granted, this clown lives in a place where vagrants only seem to congregate outside his fucking front door.
And throw beer bottles at him.
The rest of the neighborhood immaculate. All the hobos right there. It's like, I don't know. Is he like not putting his trash in his bin or something, and that's how they fucking
He's a
grow?
hobo magnet.
The smell of urine is comforting to me.
They're attracted to rainbow wigs.
And so they have an extended conversation at the diner together, and it's so like fucking Kevin Smith film school script bullshit.
Seriously, it's the fucking guidance counselor in the clerk store and everything. This clown just defending his freaking way of life because, I don't know, is that the kind of people Kevin Smith knows? It's like, dude, seriously, your life's a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Everyone thinks you're a piece of shit. You don't think you're a piece of shit. God himself said, I fucking made you. What the fuck was I smoking? And he's just defending himself. Well, you know, I'd rather just be doing this, you know, possibly having to fucking, you know, give bums blowjobs to fucking make ends meet, but this is the freedom I crave. This is the American fucking dream.
No, man, it's way better for me to be clown and have bums soup kitchen the shit out of my car.
We all have our clown dream.
No, we don't, Paul. That's you. Never a clown in my dream.
So these Jersey asshat Renaissance men.
Don't you mean Jersey girl?
Oh my god. These guys need to be taken out back of the quick stop and beaten to death with hockey sticks. Paul got that.
The rest of us were just
Jesus, buddy, thumbs up.
Yeah. For some reason, and so for some reason the diner scene is shot in like extreme close-ups of both of them. Did you catch this? Like the camera's like right in their faces.
No, I didn't.
When
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Seriously is, like, I mean, seriously is double chin. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, it's like right here. I figured the director must have the camera attached to his dick. That was the only way they'd agree to allow it.
Sorry guys, I can't help but get excited when I'm recording these scenes.
Here's a crane shot.
I know these 3mm make the difference, but
And so Flappy gets back in his car, puts on his regular street clothes, and goes to his mom's old folks' home. And then he's immediately a dick to these two old ladies who are standing in front of the door he's trying to get into.
well, I paid my money. I can fuck the woman behind the door if I want.
So we're only about 10 minutes into Vulgar, and I found myself so repulsed by this guy, I was secretly hoping he was going to get gang raped in this movie. And also in real life. So we meet Mama Flappy.
Oh.
It's refers to her tits rather than
Mrs.
her dick
Flappy?
in this instance.
And, you know, she's...
Her labia, let me tell you.
Mama Flappy.
I think you could one word describe this woman as cunt.
Fair description.
Well, I had a little bit of a different take.
That's pretty nice. That's very.
I
that's
had a
very
different
That
take.
makes me think of pleasure, though.
The old lady or the word cunt? Which was it on that one?
Both.
So his mom tells him she wishes she'd had an abortion. She slaps him in the face.
Basically everything the viewer wanted to do, right?
Yeah, and basically, as she's telling him these things, I found myself enjoying this movie for the first time.
I'll admit,
You're like, she's so right.
she was really overacting. She was totally hamming it up.
Yeah, it was pretty
I was
great.
just like, wow.
She's psychotic, histrionic, she has borderline personality, and I fucking love her so much more than her son. I can't even explain it.
She's crazy. She's carrying all the emotion and acting for both of them. It's insane. It's a huge burden to carry. I can understand why she's angry.
And so the thing that kills me about this is Brian O'Halloran is like the most obnoxious actor of all time. He looks like Charlie Sheen and a queen termite had a baby.
I'm laughing because you said actor.
Seriously, he is like fucking Charlie Sheen's Hobbit double from a parallel universe.
No doubt he had to chew some wood to get into this movie in the first place. So I can understand where that comes from.
And amazingly, the consummation of this act between Charlie Sheen and this insect was probably significantly less disgusting than the result of that consummation. So he goes back to his apartment, and we learn that he is apparently, you see he has this like street light in his room that they show. It's like constantly going on.
Yeah, that's right. It's constantly blinking red.
Yes.
Stop watching this fucking god-awful movie.
It's a warning.
Yes. So I came to the conclusion, seeing the street light in his room and the other stuff in there, that he clearly has decorated his bedroom with all the shit he got from selling those candy bars in elementary school. You guys remember this? When you would sell shit, they'd give you that like catalog of stuff. You sell 150 candy bars, you get like
and I bought all the clown posters.
I was always like, how much do I need to like buy my first like couple ounces of crack so I can make more fucking money?
Yeah. So he is going through the one ads looking for a job, and he starts going through like the personals or something, and finding people like want to like piss on him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What, Craigslist?
He's like reading every single fucking one, and he's like fucking gasping in horror, like he fucking read him for the first time, like. Oh,
here's my list.
Want to fuck my fat wife while I watch and jerk off? He's like, oh my god, people do that? I would think as a freaking clown for child's parties, this guy would have been fucking living in the deep end of depraved perversion.
That's why you become a clown in the first place.
He's like,
you have no other choice.
He's like, that's so gross. Oh my god.
What do you think's happening when they stuff 6 of them in those tiny little fucking cars? Shit's going down.
So he gets a brainstorm. You see the little fucking light bulb go off on top of his head. And he goes and picks up Sid and meets with him at what Sid calls a posh restaurant, which is clearly a fucking Denny's.
And they order top
It
ramen.
didn't even look like a fucking food court at the mall almost.
Which would make sense, Kevin Smith. Thank you again.
Right in their shit diner.
Oh, yeah. And so he tells his buddy he's got this idea. He's going to go to bachelor parties and surprise the grooms-to-be before the real stripper comes in, dressed as a female clown. And amazingly, he has a job, like, immediately from this great idea. Before we get to what happens next when the movie kind of really takes off, wanted to talk about, so this is a Kevin Smith-related picture. So yeah. So you know Ethan Suplee, the guy from, what's the show, My Name is Earl? The brother from My Name is Earl?
Randy Hickey.
Randy Hickey. So Ethan Suplee is going to be in this movie somewhere. And at this point, I've come to the conclusion I think Kevin Smith keeps Ethan Suplee around so he appears thinner, smarter, and less disgusting to others.
However, I think at this point, Randy Hickey is quite thinner than
Yeah, he is.
Kevin Smith.
So Kevin Smith is like a girl who's really a 7, but hangs around with 4s, so she looks more like an 8.
Whoa.
And so he gets tricked into coming into this apartment, and there's this guy, Ed is the dad, right? Is his name Ed?
Yes.
The guy with the toupee, the old guy.
Hairpiece Ed. Okay.
Yeah, Hairpiece Ed. And he's the head of a rape gang, and his sons are Hairlip and Ethan Suplee.
Rape gang and sons.
I still like these guys better than Flappy.
You kind of root for him.
The fucking skinny brother, seriously, like take a look at that guy. He looks like fucking Woody Harrelson and Gollum had a baby. Dear God.
And they went on a hunger strike.
And so they then proceed to let Flappy know that he's really got no choice in the matter, and there's an extended man-on-man rape scene that gets all psychedelic, and it looks like it was shot by David Lynch's mongoloid half brother.
And I like that. Flappy's happy place is really fucked up
Yeah.
too.
He's fucking on the beach giving balloons to kids and shit like that.
Wasn't one of them bleeding?
Yes, one of the children was bleeding out of her eye.
Yes.
Maybe
This
he's
is your
actually-
happy place, you crazy fuck.
This is
You
where you
deserve to be
belong,
raped.
buddy. Yeah, this is where you belong.
And so during this rape scene, the only good thing from this movie happens. The grandpa, the dad, says,
I want to make hate to you.
oh my god.
And I think the next greatest thing that you see is he throws up a ton
Yeah.
of cum.
No.
And it's
He
not
wasn't-
just
no,
cum.
it wasn't-
It's ejaculated half-eaten hamburger.
No, seriously, that's what I was saying. Like, the freaking fat son must fucking ejaculate just chewed up hamburgers or some shit like that because there was chunks in his vomit.
And I guess, with a movie this bad, it's really kind of incumbent upon us to try and see the silver linings in these kinds of things.
Every cloud.
The credits.
And there's a close-up.
Speaking of the end, Joel and I came up with a slogan for clowns: suicide, the only retirement for clowns.
So really, the one bright scene in this, the one bright thing we can take away in this movie is there's a close-up on Flappy while he's screaming while being rammed. And they do a close-up of his mouth, and it's very clear that at the very least he appears to have a good dental plan. Not a filling on this guy. So he makes his way back to his apartment, and there's a fucking bathtub wrist cutting scene.
The best part of that is in the very back. There's a bottle of bubbles where the clown has this giant face, and I'm like, the clown of bubbles is mocking the fucker who's trying to kill himself.
You know why I'm so happy?
I
Because
noticed that too.
I have bubbles and an unviolated anus. Bubbles. Oh,
I can make kids
wanna
laugh,
wash
and
your
I'm not
ass with
anally
me?
penetrated.
do me a favor, don't pour me in your fucking rape cleansing thing right there. That really bummed me out.
And so he winds up calling Sid, and he comes over, and Sid tries to get him to go see a doctor. And Sid tells him, somebody has to look at you. And I had to pause for a second because I had to seriously consider if I wanted to continue living in a world where anyone has to look at Brian O'Halloran.
Yet we
Seriously.
choose to.
They have Geneva Convention laws about that kind of shit.
And so at this point, I think that Flappy is a fantastic name for him because you know that at this point, he's all Flappy back there.
Oh, jeez.
Flappy, floppy,
I will
floopy.
tell you, Sid has got to be like. I actually wanted to think that Sid is not actually a real person in this universe. I want to think that he's a figment of Flappy's imagination. Flappy has this like disconnected relationship with his mom where he's hated. And here comes Sid. Although Sid is telling him, get your life together, he is so understanding and sensitive. Seriously, I would think that Sid gave birth to Flappy, and Sid had to listen and see the aftermath of Flappy getting raped. He said, oh no, baby, it'll be fine. You gotta go get help, baby. Get a rape kit, all this stuff. As being a much of a callous prick as he was in the beginning, he'd be like, whoa, dude, that's your fucking problem. I gotta go fuck strippers and do some blow right now, okay?
If we want to get super
What you're
serious,
talking about happens
Yeah.
in the sequel, Sloppy.
I think that he really does cut his wrists in the bathtub and he's dead, and the rest of the movie is a death dream.
Ooh, fan. There we
I don't
go.
mean to get
Fan
serious
following
because
there.
that's like the
Suddenly-
last thing I want to do, especially with
That
this
is the
movie.
silver lining.
Bum,
Yes.
bum, bum, bum.
Fan theory, good.
Shit just got real.
Well,
Yes.
he reaches for the glass, and then he picks up a washcloth, kind of like the tease.
Okay, yeah, we're analyzing this way too much.
Still, the movie must be.
That bathtub scene was terrible, though. Oh my god.
So he's considering killing himself. He's wandering around. He's even more pathetic than he was before he got raped. And he runs back into the domestic violence couple from the beginning of the movie. And the dad has their kid in a police standoff in the house. And Flappy sneaks in and saves the girl. And it's clear the
Okay.
dad. Oh, go ahead.
The house is fucking surrounded by cops.
Yeah,
I know.
He
How does that?
manages to climb into a
seriously.
window.
What do they got like a?
He's like walking through the garage, the open garage, by the way.
Yeah.
That
The police is like a. Yeah, sir. Don't make us send in the emotionally unavailable clown.
Sir, we're sending in the clown.
you've given us no choice.
I like to think that maybe the cops were just baked off their ass and they're like, dude, is this fucking really happening?
No. I don't know if I'm seeing it's true.
This falls into Gabe's. Maybe he's dead.
No,
Yeah.
let him climb through the fucking window. I'm sorry, fuck it. I know I got a badge. I'm responsible to protect and serve. No, this is fucking happening. Let that fucking clown motherfucker crawl in that window.
Wait. Let's just see what happens.
This shit will fucking make Oprah.
Or there's a bunch of cops like me, be like, fuck it, let's see what happens. The clown walks in there. This could only get interesting.
These hostage things always end at 90% of the time
It's a
people getting
clown.
killed.
This could only get better.
So Flappy is a celebrity, and I think it looks like it's like a cable access talk show, but I think the implication is it's like a national talk show that he's on.
Yeah,
Did you guys think?
hosted by Christian Bale's character from American fucking Psycho. You see that guy?
Bateman.
Yeah. What the crap?
So
Suspenders and fucking everything.
They figured
American
something like
Psycho.
Chop off your tits.
And so I had to get up and pause it for a second here. When I came back, I realized this movie is not even fucking halfway over yet.
I wanted to host my own bathroom scene at that point. Really charged class.
So now our esteemed director, Kevin Smith, makes his first actual appearance in the movie at this point. We find out he's gay, which has no connection to anything whatsoever.
Yo, so I got a question. This came after. When did Boondock Saints come out? I don't know. Okay, I want to say Boondock Saints came after 2000, but I'm wondering if this was the inspiration for that scene because his little, not a hair on his body, gay boy toy, like leaned over for some snuggling. And he like kind of like callously, disinterestedly shrugs him off. And the only thing he was missing was that whole William Dafoe look, like, well, you are such a fag.
It's
And
true.
he wasn't in
He may have pioneered that scene.
And so,
didn't even know it.
Listen, this guy hasn't pioneered shit. And Kevin Smith's name in this movie is Martan, Martan. It's in the fucking credits.
How can we make this character even more gay than he is now?
So this is his like
Let's
interpretation
tie
of
a
like,
sweater around his waist.
yeah, okay, people that are rich, they're not like us. They have different names. They're born in a different universe.
And let's be clear, Kevin Smith is really fucking slumming it up here, more than usual anyway. Like, his movies are the kind of slums with Section 8 housing and too many liquor stores. And Vulgar is more like a slum in Bangladesh where people strain human waste looking for undigested peanuts and corn.
Wow.
I really fucking hate Kevin Smith. Have I gotten that across to everybody yet?
The world hates
Fred,
Kevin Smith.
Do you have any snacks?
Got some cashews over there.
Airplanes and things that bear weight hate Kevin Smith. It's pretty universally agreed that Kevin Smith sucks.
It's a small world, hates Kevin Smith.
And so, once Kevin Smith showed up in this movie, I realized that Brian O'Halloran must keep this fucking guy around to make him appear to be more charismatic, less whiny, and not quite as doughy to other people around him. So Flappy goes to his mom at this point because Kevin Smith has approached him about starting a kids' TV show, and he goes to his mom to tell her the good news. And as he walks into her room at the old folks' home, she's on the fucking toilet.
Yeah,
Or
look,
no.
no. Watch that scene. Like, I don't even think she pulled her gown down or panties
Nope.
up.
Nothing.
She just got off. So either she was just sitting there and he's like, this wheelchair sucks, or she was literally shitting her panties and gowns on the toilet, reaching new lengths of freaking dementia that we've never seen before.
She wasn't wearing panties. She just shit on the thing and then got up and got in her wheelchair without wiping.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, still. What are you doing in here?
And I want to point out to our listeners, sitting on the toilet would probably be the best way to watch it.
Yes.
Either that or kneeling in front of it.
And so at this point, we realize that the only worse thing than a depressed, suicidal Floppy is a joyful, reasonably successful Flappy. I just want to slap this. I just wanted to slap his bitch face at this point. His mom tells him she thinks he's going to fail, and he asks her why she can't just be happy for him. And although I think this is a rhetorical question, I think she could have easily answered it by showing him to a mirror.
It makes so much sense. You were
That's
the thing
why
I
I
was
can't
making
be
sure.
happy. Oh, so we get a look at the show, and okay, so we're supposed to believe that this kids' TV show is hugely successful.
With its plywood sets.
Plywood spray paint sets.
It's implied that it's going to be the next Barney, I believe, at one point.
Yes.
Kevin, how did he pitch that fucking idea? We just go down to this basement that's just outside the city limits and you record this movie with these kids.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
how the pitch went. Guess what? Natural Born Killers meets Project One Way. Flappy's Playhouse.
No, that's how I described Martin's boyfriend. Seriously. With the freaking cut off fucking jeans. And I think he had suspenders too. I don't know.
Did he have a camel toe?
Probably. I don't know what he would call it though. It'd be like 3 creases, right? Or 2 creases. I don't know.
I think they pitched the show like this. I think they said, you remember how people used to bring their kids to Michael Jackson's house and let them stay for the weekend? We want to do a TV show like that.
Clowns are kind of like child predators. This can work.
Minus the amusement park and the chimp.
We'll have Kevin Smith there. It'll be kind of the same.
It won't have anything fun, just nothing but pure horror for the parents.
And shitty spray paint.
Yes.
Don't forget lots of shitty spray paint.
For the kids to huff.
Yeah.
They'll need it to give me that.
It doesn't matter. The kids will be on Rohypnol anyways. So don't worry about them crying or shit like that.
We're going to get
And then once the show's over and the camera's off, you're free to do whatever you want.
Well,
Yeah,
I
every
can see
kid,
he's thought of this before.
every kid got their own can of Jesus juice before they went in front of the camera. So there's a musical like success montage at this point, and we see that Flappy's show is like a huge hit. And I found this especially unbearable because I just really can't tolerate seeing this guy have any success or anything nice going on in his life. Thankfully, right around this time, Ed the rapist sees Flappy on TV. And you know what? Based on the way this guy treats his family, in addition to being a rapist, this guy seems like a real jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Well, this kid was kind of a little bitch anyway, so I can see where.
So,
Maybe that explains why he wants to rape clowns. My fucking daughter loves clowns. Fuck that bitch.
You love clowns?
I will
Daddy fucks
defile
clowns.
her icons.
Maybe that, or maybe he's just like, oh, clowns.
And that wife
I
treated
see
him
it.
like shit. Oh, it was beautiful.
So Ed decides he's going to blackmail Flappy. Blackmail?
The
Right?
fact that you laughed
Yeah.
at that is sickening me.
Remember that in the beginning, they got him to, like, they kept on slapping him in the face. Tell me you want me to suck you. You want me to suck my cock. And so finally he said, I want you to suck my cock. And that's the blackmail. He was like, we have on video you asking us to.
Yep. Yes, though they claim to have a videotape of this, and to be fair, they were videotaping the rape when this all happened.
You mean David Lynch's retarded brother?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. Mongoloid.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, half brother.
Very specific now.
And so they trick Flappy and steal $50,000 from him. This scene didn't make very much sense, but
Not at all. They went to a junkyard, and there was something about putting it in a car, and then he walked away because he was talking to some black dude who I have no fucking idea.
Well,
what
the whole
this
thing was
about.
set up so they could steal the cash.
Okay,
It was
I get that,
supposed
but it's
to.
like the lamest, retardedest setup ever. I just don't.
The setup was, you bring us the cash, you ask for the specific car, you put the cash in the side, and then when you leave, you ask the guy, well, I don't really like that one. Do you have anything to suggest? And the guy's like, well, I don't fucking know. Ha ha ha. And the guy's like, well, you're supposed to tell me a car. And then he runs off, and of course his money's gone because he wanted to catch him. And he's a bitch.
He's a fucking bitch and an idiot.
God. At that point, the brother should have jumped out, grabbed him, and raped him again, just because.
Right in front of the fat white trash kid that was freaking following the freaking black trash yard.
On the hood of the car, his money got stolen out of.
Exactly. Left him there like, that's what you get. Because you're dumb.
I don't think the intention of the movie is for us to be, in league with sympathetic towards the gang rapists.
Are you
but they
kidding me?
managed to make it that way anyway.
Never have I felt such concern for clown.
So
they were nice guys. They were.
Yeah.
They were
Gentlemen. Leave a mint on his pillow when they're leaving him in the hotel the following morning.
Having him almost commit suicide was like them doing a public service for the rest of us. Is what it came down.
And so Ed and the boys, they confront Flappy in the bathroom. And Paul, you saw something I missed.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. It's my one note that I took on this film. Let me turn to the page. There it is. Vulgar. Turd in the toilet. If you look closely at the scene, there was a turd in the toilet.
You know, when you showed me that note earlier, I thought that was just your note about what this movie is.
Like, that's the line. Vulgar. Turd in the toilet.
I wonder if
Wasn't that the way it was advertised?
I wonder if Kevin
That's the
Smith left
tagline.
that for us as a little Easter egg.
We found it.
That's my turn in the toilet, folks. You're welcome.
Like, here's
It
the
wasn't
metaphor
big
for
enough
this
to be
movie.
Kevin's.
Oh my god. And so Ed is really channeling Dennis Hopper from Blue Velvet in this scene. I really felt like I expected him to say Heineken, fuck that shit, Absolute Ribbon.
You know what a bullet is? Oh, wait. No.
Way to go, Paul. You've only seen Blue Velvet 35 times in your life.
36. Why did I fuck that up?
That's okay. That's a human ear, all right.
Hey, you ever see the chicken walk?
We've just alienated all the younger people in the podcast right now. Sorry, we'll
So
get back
we
on track
apologize
here.
to our ages, 13 and younger.
And so, of course, Jason Mewes has to put in an appearance in the movie, and Flappy and Sid go buy some guns from him because they have a plan to get revenge against these guys.
What did he fucking say? He gets fucking confronted in the fucking shitter with the turd in the toilet, and he comes back and like Sid's like, "What happened?" And he's like, "He wants us to kill him." Wait, the guy who's fucking extorting you for more fucking rape and possibly cash says, "I want you to kill me." Like, what the fuck? Why did you say, "Let's kill this motherfucker"? He said, "He wants us to kill him."
Metaphorical.
So they agree to meet Ed and the boys at a motel, and I have to admit, there's a guy that confronts Sid, and I missed this completely, and I didn't have the patience to rewind it. So tell me what happened, because I honestly don't know.
Like, Sid's like going there as his backup or whatever, just to cover his back, and this fucking like just mean ass guy with a mustache and curly hair is like, "Get the fuck over here!" Like, just slams him against the wall.
Is that one of the guys from the front yard?
No, he was sitting out there. He was like, "Hey man, you got any money?" And they just totally ignored him. He's like, "I'm gonna teach you to ignore me." He's got a knife to his throat.
There's a lot of money I found in your pocket and a gun. What's
a
this?
fucking gun, too.
I'm so glad you didn't use this gun to defend yourself against my knife.
So so Sid gets taken out of this equation, and does Flappy, does his gun not work? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he walks in there, and he still like lets them bullying him a little bit, and they're saying all kinds of shit. And he like undoes his little trench coat or whatever, and they see he's not dressed in freaking drag, and they get pissed off, ready to kick his ass.
Fucking sweatpants.
And he pulls out a freaking gun, and he tries like firing the freaking gun. Like, I guess he doesn't know how fucking guns work. Yeah, it's click, 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 click. Obviously, there's nothing in the freaking chamber. He didn't even think to cock it back or something like that.
And so Ethan Suplee then takes the gun from him and shoots himself in the face.
Yes, he pulls the classic Elmer Fudd routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the garden hose isn't working. I wonder if Bugs Bunny is stepping on it. Let me look directly into the barrel of the gun and pull the trigger. Oh, look, it shoots.
Rake.
And then does the hobo rapist out in the hallway with Sid, does he shoot the hair lift guy?
Yeah, the door
Yeah,
opens.
he walks in and everything, and then
He's like, I
he
got
gets
your
shot.
guy.
Yeah, he gets shot, And then he shoots the freaking Woody Harrelson Schmeagle dude.
Right. Or hair lip.
Woody,
To be fair, he actually
Woody
has a hair
Schmiegelson.
lip.
Gollum Harrison or whatever.
Now that guy, was that played by the guy that plays the vice principal in Community?
No, I think that was Martin's boy toy.
Yeah,
He's really trying to channel that chick from Pokemon or
Those
some
two
crap
look
like
alike,
that
though.
with
I
the
don't
cut
know.
off jeans.
And so Ed runs away and Flappy chases after him, and they wind up. I think Paul, you pointed out this was supposed to be in a ball pit, right?
Well, first off,
No, it wasn't.
Well, no, but
There was ball pit balls and fuck, who knows, a water
when
park?
we were driving over here, I'm like, they wanted it to end in a ball pit because it's a clown movie. But Kevin Smith, he's like, no, it costs too much. Let's just buy a couple bags of balls and throw them on a playground.
It's the same effect. It's the same thing. God damn it.
Because that makes so much sense.
Couldn't even afford indoor plumbing to flush earlier in the movie.
And so Ed dies of a heart attack, and Flappy just wanders off into the night. Roll
No,
credits.
he doesn't. He fucking like gets over his body and fucking starts pounding him and crying as if it was like his
that's
fucking
right.
wife
Right,
got
and
died
then it
of
goes back to
cancer.
the show.
Oh God, why did you
Oh,
kill
yeah.
him?
No,
yeah, it does go back to the show.
Goes back to the-
And he
And then
makes
there's
the
like-
3 robbers look exactly like the 3 men that raped the fuck out of him. What weird kind of creepy clown shit is that you're gonna put that in your show?
Did you just hear what you said? Weird, creepy clown shit. like
I guess
you
I'm being
needed to say that.
redundant.
Roll
And plus,
credits.
those fuckers taped that shit. Where's that tape? That guy's daughter someday gonna come across this fucking tape and be like, "Wonder what my
Flappy's home
birthday
videos."
tape is," and she'd be like, "Oh, it's Flappy." Oh my God!
I'm telling you, that's the sequel, Sloppy.
Roll credits, and I might add that freaking Satan is included in the credits.
Yeah.
He was executive producer.
Yeah.
And so I know this is only episode 4. This is the worst movie we've seen yet. And even in episode 200, years from now, this will be the worst movie we've seen.
I
For
don't
this
think
podcast.
We can only
Yeah,
hope.
viewers, just keep in mind, this isn't a movie about Flappy and his blight. This is a movie about the rapist. Clearly, everyone falls on hard times, and they've sunk into this level that they've had to do this freaking mail order clown rape business. I mean, it's just not a good industry for them right now.
If you order a transvestite clown, you know what you're getting. I don't see where the big deal on that
How do
was.
you fuck up a movie about clown rape?
No, seriously, you have
That writes
three
itself.
fucking primary elements. You've got clowns, you've got rape, and you got revenge. How do you fucking go wrong with that? You have to like seriously like think. Like you could just fucking fart out great ideas and fucking jokes and awesome torture scenes and crap like that.
But
And
you
you fail.
Yeah.
You like deliberately like drive the freaking clown rape revenge car through all the back streets of just like nonsense.
And it's a huge cock tease. The cover of that goddamn thing is of a clown with his back turned, gun out, like
Fucking
he's
red nose.
red nose, kicking the shit out of some motherfucking people that raped his ass.
With his
No,
giant
he sits
shoes.
there and cries like a little bitch and
He
runs
just
away.
continues to be a bitch, a perpetual bitch throughout the entire movie.
Your size 36 shoe does not go up the ass of the bad guy. You have fucking failed as a clown.
If you don't have a
You know what
fucking
they say
seltzer
about a
bottle,
clown with big shoes?
if you aren't spraying
He carries
bitches
a big
with a
gun.
seltzer bottle filled with hydrochloric acid, it's not a fucking. If you aren't fucking come out dressed as a fireman and get a little fire truck and you pull out a hose instead of fucking shooting water, it shoots fucking fire. It's not a fucking clown revenge movie.
Are you listening, Kevin Smith?
Yeah, fuck you, Kevin Smith.
I think you're right, Joel. You've got a clown that you're supposed to like, but fucking Brian O'Halloran. You got a rape, and I'm assuming you're not supposed to be wanting the guy to get raped.
Yeah.
Fail
Your
number
hero.
2.
Your
Well-
hero's been
Well, that
slighted.
was your mistake by casting Brian Halloran.
Alan, do you think you could be a clown just bent on vengeance? It's like, no, I'm just look at me.
But I can get raped.
I
I can
understand
do
the
that
rape,
good.
but I don't believe in revenge. I'm a Christian, goddammit. I don't fucking do that.
And then the revenge is a big big nothing.
Everybody else.
It was no
shoots each other.
revenge.
He didn't do anything. He didn't kill any of them.
It was
No.
him
They'll
trying to
kill each
build up the freaking ovaries to confront his fucking abusers or whatever, the people that
His
defied him.
estrogen was too low.
Yeah,
He just couldn't
the
fucking do it.
the confrontation was when he was able to put the bad guys that were painted up to look like his rapist in jail. And he's like, end of the show, folks! And then roll credit. Like, fuck you.
The most badass thing he did was drive by and throw a bottle to homeless people in front of his
The
house.
most badass thing he did was blow the kiss at the end.
And so that's Vulgar. Would any of you guys watch this ever again?
Oh,
No.
God, no.
No, not at gunpoint.
Kevin Smith, you
I'd rather be
fucking owe me.
raped.
I will have to go through here to get some screenshots, but fuck, I ain't watching it.
All right, so Paul, I think you have some viewer mail or listener mail. Excuse me.
Let me reach into the mail sack.
Thrust your hand down into the sack and pull us up a golden letter.
Well, guys, we just have the short but sweet one right here. Dear SchlockTalk, is it true that you guys record in the nude? Craig's mom.
Mom! Why?
To answer that, yes, Craig's mom, we live here at your house. You've walked down several times to get your heart medication while we've been recording. We're fucking naked.
And while you're at
We're
it,
not going anywhere.
You've taken pictures.
you've taken the time to write 2 fan mail letters to our podcast. Can you at least like us on Facebook, please?
Come on, Craig's mom.
All right. And so then, Paul, I think you also have a wild pitch for us this evening.
Oh, do I? So, tonight's wild pitch, Smegmata. It's about an alien being that feeds on groin gunk.
Use one of those, man. It's a little funky down there.
You sure this isn't an infomercial pitching an incredible product?
As seen on TV.
Symbiotic relationship.
So basically, it's a sci-fi thriller, and this creature goes after both male, female. If you got a dirty pooch, if your foreskin is dirty, if
Scrape your taco
You got some
out.
schmagma?
Schmegma.
Schmagma.
So he leaves Jews alone, right?
Unless they're dirty. Our hero, Dick Cheese.
Is this the alien or is this someone else?
He's leading the fight against the aliens, and they eventually, the world is in danger because basically, if you have dirty junk, if you're a man, woman, or animal, you're in danger.
Well,
so,
then,
like,
wouldn't the aliens cleaning your junk be helpful at that point?
they don't clean your junk.
What do they do
They take your junk with the smegma.
then? Okay.
Oh.
They just amputate and collect.
Oh yeah.
How does that work on a woman? Do they just gotta go inside?
It's not.
It's kind of like think melon baller.
With one of those grapefruit spoons with the little
It's
edges
serrated.
serrated on
His
there.
mouth is serrated.
And the plot twists.
So basically, the only animal on the planet that's safe is dogs because they're constantly licking their own balls. So eventually, Dick Cheese he devises this plan, and it involves cottage cheese and salt and vinegar potato chips to lure.
Oh, Jesus.
Lure the alien into his trap, and that's how the movie ends.
That took me a second.
There's got to be more to it than just being lured into his trap. What is his trap?
So was there an actual schmagmata? You say schmagmata.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
The
I'm
alien
thinking-
is crucified on the cross.
Yeah.
And he's got schmag
Which
coming
is
out
a
of his
pair of
palm.
crossed dicks. that
He's
just
got
glue
smegma
together.
coming out of his eyes.
How about smegma?
That's not a schmagmata. That's the Fatima. That'd be schmagtima because when they cry schmag, that would be schmagtima.
Smegnado.
What? Schmagnado?
Smegnado.
So you're taking inspiration from Sharknado. And you're like, Schmagnado.
It's a schmagnaria.
This does not make a lot of
Schmaggeria?
sense, Paul. I'm sorry. I have to put this out there. What the fuck?
Schmagstipation? What? What else can we make from this?
Smegma.
Schmagritis?
I think I'm suffering from that
Schmagritis?
right now.
I think the only thing we can safely say about this is at least it would be better than Vulgar. That's what it comes down to.
Well, there you have it.
Well, thank you, Paul. That was terrible.
Yes.
Please remember to like us on Facebook, visit us at SchlockTalk.com, and follow us on Twitter at Talking Schlock, or at Talking Schlock, or at Talking Schlock, or at Talking Schlock. We're at Talking Schlock. We're at